Good evening, Africa. Good evening, African Confessions. I am back with another episode. For the past 3 days, I've been trying to record the following confession, but the moment that I would try to record the following confession, something strange will just happen. When I tried to finish this story, then the electricity was gone, but the whole street had electricity except for our house. But now electricity is back. So let me finish up reading this confession. So there is a story that was sent to me by one of our sisters. That is the story that I've been trying to share with you guys. The story reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi. I need help. My story goes like this. So I grew up in a Christian family. My father was a pastor in a Seventh-day Adventist church. Last year, it was in October, I had a dream, and in this dream, I was having sexual intercourse with a journalist. But what surprised me is that this journalist that I was seeing in my dreams is not my friend, and we are not related, and I have never spoken with that journalist in my life. So the second week, I had the same dream, but now it was on a Thursday, I had that same dream. After I had this dream the second week, then I started telling people about the dream that I kept on having. Then the people that I had told about this dream that I kept on having, then those people said to me, "You are sleeping with a Tokoloshe." So when people told me that I was sleeping with a Tokoloshe in my dreams, I then started bathing using salt and water. When I started bathing with salt and water, for the first 2 weeks, I stopped dreaming. Then those dreams came back. But now, when those dreams came back to me, I was now having a big fight. In my dreams, I was fighting with those small boys, the Tokoloshe one. Then I decided to travel back to my home country. When I got home, I was shocked because I went to my house. In this house, I have tenants. So when I arrived at my house, I found out that there were black cats in my house. I then asked the tenants, "What is going on? Where are all of these black cats coming from?" Then my tenants started complaining. They told me that they can't sleep anymore because of those black cats. And my tenants said to me, "These cats, they make noise each and every night." So when I saw that there were a lot of cats at my house and my tenants were complaining, I took water and salt. Then I mixed salt with that water. Then I started to sprinkle that water that was mixed with salt around the house and also around my yard, even outside of my yard. I sprinkled that water that was mixed with salt. As I was sprinkling that water that was mixed with salt, I saw that those 15 cats, I don't know what happened to them because they jumped out of my yard through the Jura wall. Then they entered into another house, but not far from my house. It was like they were afraid of the water that I had mixed with salt that I was sprinkling around my house. As I was walking around my yard, I then realized that there was a plate and a cup, and it seemed as if there was someone who was feeding these cats, but it seemed like the person who was feeding these cats was doing it at night. Then I called the people from the church, but the people that I called from church, they are from the White Garment Church. Then they started praying and they prayed, but nothing worked. Even though those people from the White Garment Church came to my house to pray, but nothing worked. The situation is now worse. On my side, I can't even fall asleep. I don't know what it feels like anymore to sleep on a normal bed like a normal human being. Whenever I try to get into bed, it doesn't matter if I try to sleep in my own house, or maybe if I go and visit a friend, then I sleep in a friend's house. It is the same situation. If I try to get into bed, I'll have a dream, and in that dream, someone in my dream will be feeding me food. And this happens whenever I try to get into bed. I can't even sleep properly. And this These dreams, they follow me everywhere I go. So the first days when I started to receive these spiritual attacks, I thought that maybe it only happened when I was in my bedroom. So I tried a change of plan. I tried to change the rooms and I tried to change the beds as well. But quickly I realized that wherever I go, still the same spirit would follow me so that it can spiritually attack me. That is when I realized that the only place where I can find rest was when I'll be sleeping on the floor. For the past 12 months, I have been sleeping on the floor. Each and every night, I sleep on the floor. I pray each and every day, but there is no change. There is nothing that is changing in my life. I have suffered enough, Brother Nashi. I have never done anything wrong to anyone. In the past, I was a kind of a person who never believed in witchcraft, but all of these things are now happening to me. I don't know if you can assist me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that I received from Anonymous. If you know anyone who can assist our dear sister, please try to get in touch with me so that we can make a plan so that she can find help. It is not an easy thing. She is saying that she can't even sleep on a bed like a normal human being should. She is always sleeping on the floor. Please let us try to assist our dear sister. Let us meet again in the following episode.